Okay everyone, we're back. Rochefoucauld, Watches and Things, and today we're not messing around. Citizen Promaster BJ8050-08E, street name Ecozilla. Check this bad boy out. It's business time with Ecozilla. Not had this one long, about 2 months. No affiliation, but from amazon.co.uk, just over 200 quid. So as mentioned, the Citizen Ecozilla, 48mm. Because of these proprietary hidden lugs, circular, 48mm all around. Not for the faint-hearted, not for the slender of wrist. To the top of this deeply textured bezel is 18+mm. If you take it to the bottom of those recesses, it's about 17mm. So again, another beastly proportion. Going back to those proprietary lugs, they are hidden. These 4 screws on the caseback, unscrew them, take off this retaining ring. You can lift out the attachments for this strap. There are lug adapters available, third-party lug adapters, eBay, Etsy. I do actually have some. They're back at my home in the UK, so when I get back I'll probably be attaching them to here, just to take a look if nothing else. Let's get back to the front of the watch. So 316L stainless steel, the original or Autozilla as it was a titanium case. This is a steel one. 300 meters water resistant, ISO certified. Inside here is Citizen's module B873 Eco Drive quartz module, 6-month power reserve when it's fully charged. You know, when we talk about quartz movements, I haven't got a problem with quartz movements. They deserve their place at the table. But these days, if there is technology like this, which is solar powered, no need to change any batteries, it's got to be the way forward. It takes a little while to charge up if you're getting it from inside the box. If it's been inside the box for a while, it will be pretty dead. It takes, I don't know, a couple of days to charge up fully, but then it's a 6-month power reserve even if you leave it in a cupboard, and it will keep ticking forever as long as there's some sunlight to charge it. It's got to be the way forward. Screw down crown. Because it is a quartz movement, you're only going to have to unscrew it for the occasional date change, and if you move time zones. So that stays screwed down most of the time. It's funny, this is a 48mm case, and that crown looks quite small, doesn't it? But it's still a 6mm crown. It's very easy to grab hold of. You will notice that I'm using my left hand because the crown is at 9 o'clock and not your traditional 3 or 4. Citizen like to throw in curveballs as far as crowns are concerned. On my NY0040 it's down at 8. On the Ecozilla it's at 9. You can see slightly domed bit of mineral glass, AR coated, and get this, 6mm thick. That's a serious bit of glass. Just in keeping with the rest of the watch. It's big, it's heavy. Again, I apologise, I don't have my scales with me, but it's got to be 200 plus grams. It's heavy as anything. It is a dive watch, so we do have a, hold on, 4, 5, 60 click unidirectional dive time bezel. Fantastic action. Really kind of clicky, not a hair of play in it at all. I find that Citizen bezels are, at least in the affordable sector, the bezels that Citizen make, I think they are without peer. Speaking of the bezel, you will notice that we are kind of set inside the case, not a traditional bezel, even though it does have a knurling on the edge of the case for some reason. That doesn't move. Quite difficult to move in, but because of those little recesses in there, you grab hold of that and it's no problem to maneuver to where you want it to be. And Seiko, take note, lined up a treat. Nothing wrong with 60 click bezels. People bang on about 120 click bezels. I don't know what for. Are you going to time your dive with one of these watches anyway? And if you are you going to time it on the 32nd? I reckon you'll be alright. Let's try and get on the dial a bit. Kind of matte black, deep black dial. Bit of colour with that red 300 meters, and of course the orange that surrounds the minute hand. That's the important one if you are using this as a dive watch like it was produced for. Really fat sword style hands, plenty of room for luminous material. Also oversized, just printed but oversized hour indexes. Again, you can see that luminous material staring back at you. We'll take a look with the lights off presently. Speaking of that dial, let's see if we can get it in focus. Yeah, it's a strange size, isn't it? The actual area of the dial compared to the size of the watch, it actually looks quite small. It is quite small. with the bezel that is kind of shrouded by the rest of the case. I mean, that's taking up 50% of the head of the watch. So the dial's actually quite small, but it is very legible because of those big hands, because of those indexes. Date window at 3, although it's quite a small fiddly date window. It's okay to see. I mean, you're probably not going to be using this one as a daily wear, where you need to check the date to see what's going on if you're writing emails or whatever when you need the date. This is a bit of fun. Going swimming, going to the beach, doing your diving. Let's take a look at the Caseback. Nice, deeply engraved, old school scuba helmet. I wouldn't fancy going down in that old school kit, I can tell you that. I did get my advanced divers certification a few years back in Borneo, which was fantastic, but you wouldn't catch me on one of those old bronze or brass helmets, whatever they are. Like that on the back, you see that? Don't open. Service centre repair only. Again, you got no reason to open this. You don't need to change batteries. You don't need to do anything to it. It's sealed shut. Go down to 300 meters, or what the watch world term is 300 meters water resistant. Certainly deep enough for any of us to go down. Suitable for mixed gas diving. Again, you wouldn't catch me doing that. And anti-magnetic properties as well. All in all, a really over-engineered, big, tough, badass dive watch. It almost reminds me of a Kraken, the way that integrated rubber strap, they hang down like tendrils of some sort of sea monster, and that head is the body of the Kraken. I'll stick it on the wrist. My wrist is 7 inches, just a touch over 7 inches. And it is a big watch, but not too big. I certainly wouldn't say that it was too big for my 7-inch wrist. Sits pretty proud, but it's designed for being an outer worn watch than inside any garments. You can tell that from the length of the rubber strap. Let's just have a look in greater detail at the strap. I'll pop it off again. Nicely perforated strap, really long. Softest rubber, not the softest in the world, certainly not the stiffest. Metal keeper, over-engineered tang that locks the strap into place. That's not going anywhere. In the box you do get an extra length of strap that will, if needed, you can attach it to the existing strap as a fairly rudimentary dive extension. It'll do the job, but I think the strap's long enough unless you've got a gargantuan wrist. Let's take a look at the loom. There it is, glowing, an absolute treat. Blue on the hands and indexes. The loom pip, certainly through the camera and to the naked eye, is a much more greenish compound. It's not quite Lumibright, but I tell you, it's not far off, and this will keep going for hours and hours. So there it is, the Citizen Promaster BJ8050-08E, the Ecozilla. For the money, and if you've got wrist and purpose enough to wear it, it's a cracker. Okay guys, cheers for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again on another Rochefoucauld Watches and Things. Cheers.